Hey guys, sorry about not posting for like 2, 3 months, but this part is done, and yeah, life's just been crazy. Sorry about that. I got a Discord now, and if you guys also want to leave some suggestions or something in the comments, feel free. I always enjoy those, and I enjoy reading comments, so thank you all so much. If you guys enjoy this part, please leave a like. It does help me out. It makes me feel like you guys actually enjoy these. So when Raditz landed, Piccolo and the humans could sense that. The humans didn't sense any evil key off of it, but Piccolo goes to check it out, watching from a distance, as when Raditz beats everyone in the tournament, he decides to go train. When Yamcha goes to Capsule Court, of course he gets beat by Raditz. Like the last part, of course Raditz would tell others, like Tien. Now while Yamcha still plays basketball, he picks up training a little with Tien and Chaozu. One, to try and win Bulma back, and two, to show Raditz that he can be stronger than him. Now, I know Krillin is normally with Master Roshi, but since Tien and Yamcha are training, I feel like he would want to. I feel like they would want to invite Krillin to join them. Piccolo, on the other hand, would train alone to try and catch up to Raditz. Not because he wants to help them if something happens. It's because if Raditz works with Goku and he wants to take over the Earth, he needs to be able to kill Raditz, since Raditz is on Goku's side. Well, in the year of training, Piccolo does fight Goku from time to time. He is never able to face Raditz since he flees before Raditz can get there. But when Nappa arrives, Piccolo has an even harder time fighting Goku because Nappa is around. Nappa's around often, kind of like becoming a grandpa to Gohan. Basically, Piccolo trains to try and kill the three Saiyans. And when Vegeta lands, he watches and realizes he can't catch up to them like this. So he goes to the lookout, even if Mr. Popo doesn't want him to, or Kami. But we must go back to the humans first. Now, with the humans, they train with each other. Yamcha does meet up with Raditz from time to time to fight him again, and can just never win since he is much weaker. However, this made Tien and Yamcha get closer as they fight together one day, shocking Raditz. But of course, Raditz is only shocked for a few seconds before he beats them again. But with all four humans attacking Raditz, they do manage to barely beat him. As until Raditz takes one down, then the other, then the next, and the next, then Yamcha. Now, we are mostly caught up, but back to where we left off. With Raditz finding out Bulma is pregnant, of course. Raditz is stunned with silence, and just stares at Bulma with joy, and parts with worry. After all, Frieza's around. His unborn child isn't safe, and can't allow that. He can't allow that. So, he ends up begging Bulma to make a ship, not just for his selfish wish to kill Frieza, but also because he doesn't want his child to be in a galaxy with such a monster like Frieza. Now, Bulma, well worried, knows she can't stop him. But from how Raditz spoke about Frieza, she's scared. Raditz can't beat Frieza. However, she agrees to the idea and gets to work on the ship. Of course, this takes about a month, and she does add healing chambers for 2 people. Piccolo watches the ship take off with the Saiyans. And while Gohan wants to go with them, Raditz and Nappa tell Gohan he is Earth's best defense against anything that comes, and to never give up his training. When they leave, Gohan does go to train with the humans, mostly Krillin, which, yes, Chi-Chi hates, but understands why. Now Gohan and Krillin enter the gravity room for the first time, which is hard for them to train in, but they manage. But once the Saiyans leave, Piccolo goes to start taking over the world, much like his father does in the TV show. But instead of just taking out the king, he demands the Sea Fighters come face him. Of course, they don't think they can win, but Yamcha, Chaozu, and Tien go to face Piccolo. Now Yamcha attempts to talk peace first. Come on, Piccolo. There's no need for this. You aren't your father. Why throw away this chance to make things better for everyone? Piccolo scoffs at the idea. I am the Demon King Piccolo, and I won't have any peace talks with a weakling like you. Either fight or die. But just then, as he finishes the sentence, Tien hits him with a Kinko-Ho, sending him into the ground, as Chaozu uses his freezing move to stop Piccolo. He just smiles and breaks free, as then he slams Chaozu into Tien, as Yamcha gives up on talking. on the talking and slams into Piccolo, making him let go of Chaozu, which distracts Piccolo for a bit. Then he grabs Yamcha by the neck and starts to crush it, as then Tien makes himself have 4 arms and goes and punch Piccolo with all 4 over and over again, making him let go of Yamcha. While Tien keeps punching, it doesn't seem to do much, as he slams Yamcha into Tien and shoots laser eyes into Tien as they hit the ground. He smiles and charges at Yamcha as Yamcha tries to fight back. Chaozu tries to freeze Piccolo as much as he can, even if it's just a punch or a kick, helping Yamcha land a hit or 2. Before Piccolo punches a hole into his stomach, leaving Chaozu alone. Now Chaozu tries to find a way to save his friends, so when Piccolo comes at him, he freezes Piccolo and shoots a beam into his arm, making it go limp, as he flies down to fly away with Yamcha and Tien, as Piccolo rips off his arm to grow a new one, so he can fight, but he lets them run. There's no threat to him, and he wants to wait for Goku to come back and see the planet destroyed. As Piccolo keeps going, taking over more and more, as the humans try to hold him back, as Gohan and Krillin train. One day, Piccolo had enough and goes to finally kill the humans, since the Saiyans haven't come back yet. And he goes to Capture Court to find the Dragon Balls. But as Bulma goes to get the Dragon Radar, Piccolo breaks in and looks at her, as he plans to kill her. And when he swings, a small hand catches Piccolo's fist, as the camera spins around to show Gohan. As Gohan kicks Piccolo out of the building, chasing after him. The humans are off getting Master Roshi, all but one human, Krillin, who is watching Gohan battle Piccolo. As Piccolo is at first caught off guard, he starts to pound on Gohan, not giving Gohan a chance to breathe. As Krillin sees this, before Gohan gets too injured, he slams into Piccolo's back, pissing off Piccolo. As the two work together, pissing off Piccolo, the two fight him. Piccolo slams Krillin down into the ground and grabs Gohan by the throat, starting to squeeze as he chuckles. You thought you could kill the Demon King? How pathetic, just like your uncle and father. I'm going to enjoy seeing their faces when they find out you died before I crush them. As Gohan is gasping to get breath, he starts to lose consciousness, as then Piccolo's arm gets cut off by a Destructo Disc. As Krillin is standing below him, knowing he is now Piccolo's target, so he yells at Gohan to run. As then Piccolo appears behind Krillin and slams his fist into his back, making it come out his stomach. As Krillin coughs up blood and looks at Gohan with a smile. Sorry, Gohan. I shouldn't have brought you here. Gohan's eyes widen as Piccolo lets Krillin's body fall limp. As Gohan catches Krillin's body with tears, Gohan is begging Krillin not to die, but it was too late. The light in his eyes were gone. As they grayed, Gohan, though, held him as Piccolo laughed. Don't worry, kid. You'll join him soon. But just then, Piccolo felt a change in Gohan. Gohan's power rose from 30,000 to 100,000, then 200,000, then 300,000. As Gohan roared in anger and pain as he slams a fist into Piccolo's face, sending him flying, as Gohan doesn't stop with nothing but anger inside of him. He starts to beat Piccolo down, as before Gohan can kill Piccolo, he loses the power too fast, as it goes lower and lower, until Gohan passes out. Piccolo is shocked, but he gets ready to kill Gohan before Kami stops him, threatening to kill himself if Piccolo keeps this up. As Piccolo scoffs and says he wouldn't dare, but Kami aims a blast at himself, showing Piccolo he isn't afraid. So, Piccolo stops, and just kicks Gohan to Kami, and flies off. However, we cut back to the Saiyans. They are clearly training on the ship, as after a few months they land Frieza's planet, where the story started. Not the first one, but the second one. The second one Frieza stays on. These 4 Saiyans exit. Many scouters explode. Vegeta, as soon as he exits the ship, shoots a beam through some buildings and kills many of Frieza's men, which Goku obviously disagrees with. Raditz and Nappa say nothing, as Raditz flows off to find Yanto. Well, Goku is knocking out Frieza troops, as Vegeta and Nappa are just killing them with glee in their eyes. When Raditz finds Yanto, Yanto is getting ready for war as he sees Raditz and freezes. He looks up at Raditz with fear and betrayal as Raditz smiles and lands, putting out a hand. But Yanto puts his gun up in fear as Raditz realizes his friend is afraid of him. His only friend in the Frieza Force. The friend who is with him through the Frieza Force. The pain they both shared. The bullying they both endured. And now, Raditz sees his friend is scared of him. But Yanto, in his fear, fires a blast, hitting Raditz in the face. While it does nothing, Yanto makes a run for it, flying away and informing others that Raditz was down there. As Raditz watches Yanto fly away from him, making Raditz stand there confused in shock, as if something close to him has left him behind. And then Dodoria and Zarbon land, as Raditz is still looking at where Yanto went. But then Dodoria took the chance to hit Raditz in the back of the head, as nothing happens to Raditz. Raditz just looks back and opens his hand, blasting Dodoria into dust. As Zarbon's eyes widen in horror, Raditz looks at him and just calmly and emptily says, "Run." So, Zarbon runs, and Raditz goes to the bar Yanto, Nappa, and Raditz went to, and sat in the same stall he and Yanto always do, as he thinks how, for him, everything has been going perfectly, but Yanto, he didn't think about what happened to Yanto after he left. For Yanto, it must have been horrible to think your friend died, and then find out your friend was your enemy, and not dead. It must have been like seeing a nightmare. As then, we go back to Nappa and Vegeta. They're just laying waste, enjoying the destruction. As soon, the Ginyu Force show up. And as always, the Ginyu Force plays rock, paper, scissors. As Raccoon gets Vegeta, Birder gets Nappa, and Chase and Galdo get Goku. As Ginyu watches with a smile. Vegeta is close to Raccoon, but is having a hard time, while Nappa and Birder are evenly matched. Goku, however, he sees the threat Galdo is as he fights Galdo and Jace. So, he knocks Galdo out after the first time freeze, which startles Jace. Now, once Goku finishes his fight with Jace, because Goku isn't just standing there like he did in the OG timeline, he is fighting. Here, he knocks out Jace, as Nappa manages to trick Birder and snap his neck, turning and shooting a mouth beam at Raccoon, making Raccoon look at Nappa, as Vegeta manages to land a hard enough punch to rip out Raccoon's heart, killing Raccoon. As Goku tells them murder isn't needed, they both tell Goku to treat it like a war, not a fight. This, though, pisses off Ginyu, who slams a fist into Vegeta as they argue. Ginyu is taking this serious. He's done with the poses and dances that he does. As he stares down the three Saiyans, he decides to go for Nappa first, for his underhanded tactics. He charges Nappa and kicks Nappa through some of the destroyed buildings. As Vegeta and Goku go to attack Ginyu from behind, he shoots a beam at the two of them, throwing them back. As he charges once again at Nappa, as Nappa stands up, he shoots a mouth beam at Ginyu. Ginyu hits it off to the side, and then as Nappa shoots another beam, Ginyu catches this beam with his hand and covers Nappa's mouth so the energy can't blast. So the energy blast can't go anywhere, as Nappa is forced to stop the blast before burning off his tongue and teeth. But then Ginyu hits Nappa and throws him into the air by Nappa's head, as Ginyu shoots his own beam at Nappa, not enough to kill him, but badly injure him. As Goku and Vegeta fly back at Ginyu, Ginyu appears next to Nappa and breaks Nappa's arms by landing on them with a sick smile. He opens his hand ready to kill Nappa, but before he can, Vegeta and Goku slam into Ginyu, throwing him through a few buildings, before Ginyu grabs their arms and slams both of them into the ground. And with a smile, he punches Goku in the chest, leaving a small hole, and lifts Vegeta by the hair. As Vegeta also killed one of his men, he wants to torture Vegeta, as he grabs Vegeta's arms and starts to pull at them. As Goku hears the sounds of bone snapping and skin ripping, as Vegeta screams in pain, right before one before his left arm is ripped off with a sickening sound of flesh tearing. Goku looks at Vegeta to see all that's left on Vegeta is his upper arm. As Ginyu throws the other half, he grabs Vegeta's throat and slams him into the ground before slamming him through the wall. As he starts to squeeze Vegeta's throat to kill him or break his spine, Goku decides to use his Kamehameha boost, the one that comes out of his feet, to slam into Ginyu, making him drop Vegeta as Goku lands on his feet, standing in front of Ginyu. As they both land, Ginyu smiles, happy Goku isn't dead, since it's another saying he gets to torture. As Goku looks pissed off, he knows he can't win, but he hopes Raditz can feel the conflict, so he can give Vegeta and Nappa a senzu bean. But for now, he will hold Ginyu off. As the two fight, Goku is using every trick. Goku starts to use every trick he has, even taking what Vegeta and Nappa said about this being a war to heart. As when Ginyu grabs Goku by the face, Goku bites as hard as he can, biting a chunk out of Ginyu's hand, making Ginyu let Goku go. As Goku takes the chance to shoot a Kamehameha point blank into Ginyu's face, as it leaves burn marks, as Ginyu looks down at Goku, and Goku's face of heroics falters, as then he is kicked through a wall. As Goku slams through some buildings, Ginyu shows up next to Goku, as Goku slams his feet down to stop, and throws two destructive discs at Ginyu, which Ginyu dodges and knees Goku in the face, breaking Goku's nose. But Goku doesn't let this stop him, as he grabs Ginyu's free leg and pulls it out from under him. With a feet Kamehameha, he slams Ginyu down, as Ginyu has barely any scratches on him. He kicks Goku in the right leg, snapping it, making the bone poke out, as Goku is forced to now fly throughout the fight. As he uses rock, paper, scissors, and uses scissors to slam his fingers into Ginyu's eyes, but Ginyu repeatedly punches Goku in the gut, as he then grabs Goku's arm and slams him down. Then he slams Goku down to the ground and throws Goku up, as Ginyu now charges a beam that would kill Goku. Goku closes his eyes, apologizing to Gohan and Chi-Chi that he won't be coming home, as the beam never comes. As Goku hits the ground, he opens his eyes to see Raditz running over to him, panicked. As he gets over and forces Goku to eat a bean, fixes Goku's injuries mostly. As Raditz takes a bean and tells Goku to get the other two out of there. This is his fight now. And that's where we'll end it. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this part, please leave a like, leave a comment down below on where you think I can take the story if you want. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. I know it's probably different than my normal ones, but that's also because I'm getting back into this. Sorry about that, guys. This one might not be as good. It was definitely more. I wrote half of it, and I came back and wrote the other half, so I'm apologizing about that if it's not as good as the other ones. But I hope it was still enjoyable, and hopefully I can get part 6 out soon. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!